Social media university.
Yeah.
So someone it's massive. I'd say it's probably the closest thing to like an investing celebrity there is would be Warren Buffett.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
so many people hear that name and they just know that he's synonymous with investing success. What are his core principles? Because you operate in a very similar way. Like, what
hmm
makes his strategy and his approach to things so successful? If say someone was asking that question who has very little investing knowledge, like why does what he does work?
Yeah. Really good question there, Ben. And you're right. That is someone who I idolize and who his strategies and philosophies. He really views in the sense of you're not buying stocks, you're buying businesses. And that's something that, I mean, it's just a minor change there in the wording, but it's a huge difference because people, when they think of the stock market, they'll think of the charts and the graphs, and it's about buying a stock here and getting the right indicators going. Warren Buffett takes the complete opposite approach, and he really tries to identify a company. Like, he uses the analogy of a farm, for example, right? If you're going to go out and buy a farm, you want to make sure it's a productive farm. You want to make sure that it's healthy. They got everything in store to have the crops running well. The animals are all well taken care of. You're buying buying a stock is no different than buying a farm. You're buying it for the value of it today with the expectation that 10, 15, 20 years from now, because of the output and whatnot. Too many people think of it like charts and stocks and indicators. The more you can kind of backtrack and look at it as a business than a stock chart,
Mhm.
the better you can do as an investor. Because he will preach time and time again to not worry about the fluctuations here and there, right? If you bought a farm, who cares what people are going to value it as tomorrow? Who cares what people will value it a month from now? You are looking 10 years out from now. And that's really what matters. And when you're able to strip down the core principles of, you're buying a business, when you buy a stock, that does really help keep you grounded when there's crazy stuff going on in the markets.
Yeah, for sure. I think that approach to investing can really be applied to anything you want to be successful in, regardless of the field or anything.
Right.
And I think it's in such scarce supply. Like, so few people have patience. So few people
hmm
think about what they could achieve a year from now. They think about next week or
Exactly.
tomorrow. Whereas if you shift that perspective, those are the people, once they achieve that, that really get to those level of results. And obviously Warren Buffett is one of the wealthiest people in the world, and he started
hmm
from fairly humble beginnings just from
hmm
adopting those right things. And I actually saw a video from him yesterday, which that I really liked, which he was like he's like, if I gave you a punch card, we only had 20 financial decisions to make for the rest of your life, you'd probably make great decisions because you'd think so much through each decision.
Exactly.
And he's
Yep.
like, even out of these 20, you don't need to get all of these 20 right to be very wealthy. You could probably get by with 4 or 5. Which I was like,
Right.
that's a very cool perspective to think about it. It's like, if you actually invest the time, you're just increasing the likelihood that the decision's going to be a good one.
Right. No, you kind of nailed it there. I've heard that analogy time and time again. And you said, not just in investing, but just in anything, right?
Yeah.
You take your time to see the long-term prospects of something and you stick to it, and you'll see the results if you don't get swayed away by the day-by-day consequences of things.